Kia Helen, Brahms here, coming live from Sun City in Arizona. Hope you're all having a super fantastic, sparkling, winning Wednesday. Oh my gosh, what a great day it has been. Yes, so what wins are you celebrating this week? Did you close a sale? Did you gain a new client? Did you get a new contract? Did you release extra weight into the universe for somebody else? Did you get to buy that new car that you've been looking for, or new to you car? Did you find your dream home? Did you create your dream board, your vision board, whatever you want to call it? What were you celebrating for wins today? Mine is breakthroughs. It's very simple. I had my accountability call this morning, which was really cool, really fast, really fun. Yesterday, was it Sunday? Sunday, I went to get my mail and I stopped at Barnes & Noble on the way home and picked up this edition of the Success magazine. This article here with Elena Cardone is absolutely amazing. I sat there and read it. I've now read it twice. And just read twice. I haven't taken, and now I'm going to go through a third time, and this time take notes. But what she talks about how to have your own empire and everything else, it's just incredible. And one thing she says in there is something about how she knows when she's thinking too small because she gets into trouble, and so she's got to go bigger. So when she's thinking small, that's when she gets into trouble. So she has to go bigger. And I'm like thinking, well, I'm always getting into trouble. And then I realized that, maybe I'm playing too small. And my coach and mentor has already told me that I need to step back and take a look at the bigger picture, which I have done up this massive mind map on the bigger picture. And he says, just keep making it bigger. So which is what I've been doing. And when I read that, I was like, he knows that I am capable of great things, like big things, and I'm just concentrating on this little piece over here instead of this big picture over here. So that was kind of an aha moment for me and a breakthrough in that I've got to stop playing small and start playing big. What that's going to look like, I declared it with my accountability coach today. I'm not ready to declare it publicly yet, but I declared it with my accountability coach today, and there's going to be some big changes coming in my life, and I'm sort of like, I'm ready. Let's go. There's big things coming down the pipeline. It is a little scary because it's going to be very uncomfortable to keep doing them. And in the article, Elena was talking about how she makes sure that she gets uncomfortable every single day. Because if she gets too comfortable, she gets in trouble. And I'm like, I get in so much trouble. Off over here doing this, I'm off over here doing that, because I'm not concentrating on the big picture. I need to concentrate on the big picture. I need to start working towards the big picture. And so that's what I'm starting to do with making some changes. I've already released 16 pounds since April 4th. More is going to be coming off because I have excess that I don't need anymore. I don't need to hide behind it anymore. I just need to release it to somebody who needs it, or somebodies who need it. And I think NICU babies are a good target because they need to put weight on so they can go home. So I think we'll release to the NICU babies so they can go home and grow up to be amazing people and go on and do amazing things. That's my wish for my excess weight as it is released into the universe, to find some NICU babies to make healthy so they can go home. Checks and balances. The universe works in checks and balances. So if somebody releases some weight, somebody somewhere has to put it on. And there are a lot of people out there who have to put on weight for their health. There are cancer patients who have to put on weight so that they can have treatments. There are NICU babies that have to put on weight so they can go home, so they can grow strong and healthy and go home. There's preemies. Preemie NICU babies, they're all in the same area. But think about people, those with eating disorders who are in programs, who are learning to eat healthy, and they have to put on weight in order to be as part of the program that they are in, to help them change their eating habits and help them to eat healthier for themselves. They've got to put on weight too. So there's always somebody who needs to put on weight for their health, and then there's people like me who need to release it so that they can put it on. It's as simple as that. So I am releasing weight into the universe for the health of others that need to. put weight on for the good of their health, especially NICU babies. Then they can go home and thrive and become amazing people. I like that idea. That's one change. It's been a gradual change, and we're going to be stepping it up. Going to be putting some more exercise in there. I just do baby steps. If I do a massive change at once, I kind of overwhelm myself and stop. So that's a gentle curve. I have meditation. In fact, I'm actually working on a 21-day challenge right now, which is about meditating and falling in love with your body. So I'm working. I haven't actually started that. I'm like, what day are we on? Day 7 of the month, and what is it? It's the 6th of the month, so I'm already 6 days behind on that. But I might do day 1 before I go to bed tonight, or find some meditations to do before I go to sleep at night. But I've been having really good sleep. I'm waking up in the same position I go to sleep in, so that's a really good thing when that happens. And some nights I'm kind of thinking, did I actually sleep? Because I wake up in the morning and I'm like, I don't know if I actually slept or not. I feel like I just went to sleep. But then when I look at the time, I'm like, oh, obviously I did sleep. So for me, that's a win, is not having a night of tossing and turning. Even if it is 6 hours sleep, that's basically what I live on, is 6 hours of sleep. And because of the eating plan that I am on, the health and wellness plan I'm on, I don't need as many naps in the afternoons that I used to do. So, when I get off the chat, onto business stuff for my personal businesses, not work for anybody else. It's working on my businesses and not doing contract work for other people. So that's my time. I'm grabbing it, I'm claiming it, and that goes through till that's like a couple of hours. There are some months where I have meetings on Thursdays. I usually have meetings. Those are the days I have meetings at like 5 o'clock. So I get an hour in before I have to get on a meeting and that sort of stuff. So it's all okay. It's all good. But and it's getting that stuff done. And now is relaxation time. And then so we're going to go and relax. Although I want to go and watch again, but I think it's on my laptop. I think the login information is on my laptop. But I'm trying to figure out how to get it on the TV, because I really don't want to sit and watch it on a laptop, and I really don't want to sit here and watch a movie. But when they're advertising it now as like it's something brand new. But the Think and Grow Rich, the movie, that came out a few years ago, and I got the lifetime package to it, and it's a really incredible movie. And I've been seeing a lot of commercials for it on Facebook and LinkedIn and that sort of thing. And I'm like, have they released a new version? I go and I have a look and see who's in it. And I go, well, those people are on the version that I have. Are they just re-releasing it and saying it's new or something because they haven't done it for a while? So I'm not quite sure. But I thought, I'd like to watch the game, but I don't want to watch it on the laptop screen. I wouldn't mind watching on the computer screen, but I really don't want to sit here and do that. I'd rather throw it up on the TV and watch it up there. So somebody's found it. Can you just go sit for a little bit now that you've had all your treats? She's laying underneath my feet. I have little footstools under the table that I put my feet up on, because the bench is a little high, so it puts pressure on the joints on the lower back of the knees and all of that, because I have short legs. And so sitting on these benches, my feet can't sit flat. If they sit flat on the floor, then it puts extra strain on my joints. But I've got my little footstools here, so I can sit here with my knees at a 90-degree angle instead of hanging off the edge of a seat. So it's kind of cool. And she's completely under my legs, and now she's out. Did you get your toy? Where's your toy? Look, we're going to have dinner now. So I want to watch it. So now I have to figure out how to get it on my TV. I don't know if I have a browser up. I'm going to have to go and have a look and see if there is a browser there, because then I could go to the website on the TV. And I don't know if I wonder if I could do a share. I don't know if these guys would talk to each other. I wonder if I can share my screen with the TV. But that might, I don't know. All these things I have to worry about. I've got to figure out how to get it on the big screen so I can sit in the comfort of my recliner with my pen and paper, instead of sitting at the table here where I spend a lot of time during the day, and in the evenings I just want to be away from it, away from the desk, because I discovered a new stack of magazines I had totally forgotten about. And these are old magazines, which is fine. I just want the pictures. And so it's going to be tonight's job is I'll have something playing up there on the thing. And yeah, I was looking through Prime earlier, and I couldn't, there was a lot of like lecture type documentary things that they had on business and stuff, and I can't seem to find them anymore. So I don't know if they took away their university thing that they had on there, but they had really cool things. Like they had interviews with CEOs of companies, talking about how they've turned the companies around, what do they do to keep employees engaged, and just from a managerial perspective, you hear the story of their life and how they got to be in that position as a CEO of a company. And then they talk about some of the success factors, some of the things that they've learned along the way, the life lessons and that sort of thing that have made them the person that they are today to be able to be in the position to lead that particular company, or how they built the company from the ground up. So there was some really good interviews in that, and I was looking for that and I couldn't find it, but then I couldn't even remember the name of it either, and I was like, so they're probably tucked away there somewhere in Prime, and I'll have to get on the computer and go looking for them, but find them eventually. I thought I had them on my playlist, but they're not there, so I'm wondering if they've actually been removed, which is a shame because they weren't very long. They were like 30 to 40 minutes, and I used to sit at the breakfast table while having breakfast. This was back pre-Sparkles Day, and sit there and watch them while I would sit and have breakfast each morning. It's a great way to start the day, learning. So, but anyway, those are my wins for today. Realizing, having that breakthrough and realizing that I'm not going big enough because I'm getting in too much trouble. Getting in too much trouble with myself because I'm not playing big enough. So now I've got to go play bigger, and I already know what it looks like, and I have things in place to help me get to places, and I'm looking around for my team. So I've got my eyes and ears open for members of my team that I'm going to have, because one of the things that she talks about in here is there's no such thing as a solopreneur. She said she has never, and she says, if you look through the history of empires that have been built, it has not been built by one person. It's been built by a team of people. Because the person who came up with the concept or the idea has had to have a team of people around them to help make it happen. And so there's no such thing as a solopreneur building an empire. You need a team of people. And that's one thing that I learned a while ago, was that when you're talking about your business, replace I with we and me with our. Because when you read something like that, with Your Family Tree Detective, where we have fun digging around your family tree, uncovering secrets of the past. Something like that, instead of saying, I help you dig around your family tree, there's a big difference in the language. And it really is a team of we, because it's not just me. Yes, I am here. I am the face of the company and everything else, but I have people behind me. It's like when I was very heavily into travel, I was not by myself. Brad was my tech person. I have the Cruise Planners head office behind me, because I have the Cruise Planners franchise. I had the head office behind me to help where needed. I have coaches there. And not only that, I have all the vendors that I work with. All those vendors are part of my team. And if you think about it, when you have put your team together, vendors that you use are part of your team, because without the vendor and their products to help you promote whatever you need to promote, to help you supply whatever you need to supply, if you don't have the good relationships with those vendors, then you're not going to be able to, like for example, the cruise company. I had really good relationships with some of my business development managers, and I could call them up and say, hey, I've got this couple going on this particular sailing on such and such a day for their wedding anniversary, and I want to treat them to this particular restaurant on board the ship. And they turn around and says, okay, we'll make it happen. And no money out of my pocket, but because of the relationship I had with that person, they were happy to do that for me. And they were there to help me with that. And then they say, oh, and we can also do this, this, and this. And my clients would get on board the ship. They'd get to their room. There'd be this card there that would say, compliments of, and would have my agency name on there, and my name and the agency and everything on it. And And it didn't cost me anything extra except for developing a relationship with that person at the cruise line and said, I need some help, or can you help me do this? So it's all about developing the relationships. And so those people, those business development managers for the different cruise lines that I worked heavily with, they are part of my team. My travel professional friends are all part of my team. Because if there's something that I need help with, like an area in the world that somebody's going to that I have no clue about, or I have a vague idea about, I can go to them and say, hey, can you please help? And it could be that I may transfer that person, that client, to that team member just to help to get them to do that because they have the expertise to do that. And it's quicker and easier and much better for the client if they can talk directly with that person than me going backwards and forwards, being the middle person. So I just remove myself out of the situation and say, here, you guys talk, let's get it booked, and we'll be off. So you don't build a business by yourself. You need people to help you build it. Your vendors, suppliers, peers in the same industry as you, because there are times that you will need their expertise in an area you don't have expertise in. If you don't have those relationships, your clients and your customers are part of your team. You wouldn't have a business if it wasn't for them. If you think about it, all your suppliers and your vendors and your peers and your clients, when you look at that whole circle of people around you, that's your team. So never, ever, ever say that you're in business by yourself, because you're not really. You may be the face of the business, but you have a team of people behind you. I mean, even your accountant, your marketing person, your financial planner, they are all part of your team too. So just remember that. Your bookkeeper, they're all part of your team. Virtual assistant, part of your team. Anybody that you have doing any work for you for your business, they are part of your team. So start looking at your business and start replacing I's with we's. We help you do this, or we assist you with this, or we find whatever it is, use we. My slogan for my travel business is, we help you cross destinations off your travel bucket list before you take a dirt nap. Sounds so much better than I help you cross destinations off your travel. I help you, or we help you. Think about that. And I see so many people putting I, making it about themselves. Don't make it about yourself. Make it about the problem that you solve for your client. What problem are you solving for them? They want to sell their house. What problems do they have with selling the house? Do they need it staged? You provide staging as part of your package. Could be insurance. They need insurance for a car. Well, you provide car auto insurance. What is the problem that they have, and what do you have that solves it? And remember, we help you solve that problem. Not we. So look at your business, look at your marketing stuff, and where you've got I, replace it with we, and then see how it sounds. Anyway, I'm out of here. I'm going to go flip through some magazines, do some more dream building, get some more pictures for my dream journal, and see where that goes, because I've got my log cabin pictures now. So I need to get the scenery pictures where the log cabin's going to be situated. And I have a couple of other cabin plans, although one cabin is like 4,500 square feet. So it's not quite a cabin, not in my sense of a cabin. 4,500 square feet, 4,700 square feet. It's on 3 levels. One level has kitchen, dining. There was something else on there. The next level was like a media room, which I thought that's pretty cool, a game room. And like another level was all the bedrooms. So yeah, fun. And you can turn that into a great B&B. That was my thought anyway. Anyway, I'm out of here. Have a super fantastic, sparkling winning Wednesday. Let us know what your wins are for the week. And we will catch you guys back here tomorrow for Thankful Thursday. Yay! Hey, Conetta.